At the beginning of the 10th chapter of John, Jesus presents a metaphor. He speaks about things such as a shepherd and his sheep, of a door, and also a thief and a robber. He also goes on to talk about the idea of sheep hearing the voice of the shepherd, knowing that voice, and following him. Throughout this particular chapter, Jesus continues to talk about these different ideas. He later says, I am the door. At the 11th verse, he says, I am the good shepherd. The good shepherd lays down his life on behalf of the sheep. This continues until you come to the second half of the chapter, where Jesus again talks about sheep, but also his Father. Verses 25 through 29 read, Jesus answered them, I told you, and you do not believe. The works that I am doing in my Father's name, these are testifying concerning me. But you do not believe, for you are not from my sheep, just as I said to you. My sheep hear my voice, and I know them, and they follow me. And I give to them everlasting life, and they may never perish, and no one will take them out of my hand. My Father, who has given them to me, he is greater than all, and no one is able to take them out of my Father's hand. This passage provides a great deal of security, of assurance for Christians. But I want us to take a look at verse 30. It's only 6 words in length, yet it is filled with incredible truths about Jesus' identity. Verse 30 reads, I and the Father are one. This talks about a unity between Jesus and the Father. But it says something else too, because we know this because the Jews were furious at this statement. They were furious whenever Jesus said, I and the Father are one. In verse 31, therefore the Jews bore stones again, that they might stone him. Jesus responds, Jesus answered them, many good works have I showed you from my Father. Because of which of those works do you stone me? In verse 33, we can clearly understand that the Jews knew that Jesus was claiming to be God whenever he says, I and the Father are one. In verse 33 it reads, the Jews answered him, saying, we do not stone you concerning a good work, but concerning blasphemy, and because you, being a man, are making yourself God. Throughout this particular series of videos, I've been conveying and showing different pieces of evidence that indicate that Jesus is divine, where he heals individuals of their illnesses, of their sicknesses, how he raises people from the dead, how he knew the things about people before they even told him, how he knew the thoughts of individuals, how he taught with the authority of God, how he spoke about him being before Abraham, his pre-existent nature prior to coming to earth, and also about how people would worship him, and he would not reject that worship. He would actually accept it. These are all things that point to Jesus being divine. And I am glad that here, as we come to the end of this series of videos, we see that the Jews understood clearly that Jesus was claiming to be God. And as such, we can also see that Jesus is God. We don't even have to go and look at things such as Jesus' resurrection and the fact that he says, I am, so many different times in the Gospel according to John. All of these things are done so that we may be able to believe, so that we may be able to obey the gospel and to be added to the body of Christ and have that hope of salvation after this life is over. I hope that these videos will help you to consider these things, and I hope that they may help you to see that Jesus is God, that he is divine. Thank you very much for watching these videos, and have a nice day.